Hello, this is Brian Walsh, and I am a member of the technical support, customer support, and sales teams at DNASTAR. And I'm producing this video to focus on the different supported file types that MegAlign Pro accepts. So here I'm at the DNASTAR Navigator application. I'm going to click on MegAlign Pro. What I've created here is a list of samples that are all in different formats that are accepted by MegAlign Pro, and I just wanted to show these to you so you can better see them. So I have these broken into a few categories. I have Fasta files. Some Fasta format types are specific to nucleotide and others to amino acid, so I'll address those separately. And we also have Genbank Format. These are probably the most commonly used formats for working with sequence data. And then we also have some laser gene specific file formats I wanted to address. So let's begin with the Fasta nucleotide sequences. And there's a number of extensions. Some of these are not very frequently encountered. By far the most common are the top two, the Fasta and the .fas. Here I have them numbered just for easy accountability. I'm grabbing those 8 file formats and dropping them into the project. Fasta doesn't contain sequence information as far as the data type, so I had to choose DNA. And here I can see that I have my 8 samples represented here. All right, going back to my format. Genbank format. There's also quite a few different Genbank formats you may encounter. Again, some are more common than others. Probably the most common are the top 2, the GBK, the GB. Again, these samples can be added just by dropping on a project. And here I had 7 Genbank files, and I can see that I have 7 here as well. Last thing as far as nucleotides I want to show you is just some laser gene specific file formats. And we have 2 of them that you may encounter. One is just a general use DNA sequence format, .seq, and these can be added as other things just by dropping them in. And another format is a SeqBuilder Pro project, and these tend to be SBD file formats. Again, these can be dropped in as well. All right, at this point, let's move to amino acid sequences. And here I have a list of amino acid specific Fasta files. Again, these can be added by dragging and dropping them in. I have 3. And there's a few laser gene specific formats you may encounter. Just a general use protein sequence used in laser gene software is a .pro extension. Those can be added. The Protein 3D application creates projects that are .structure. These can be added. They contain the amino acid sequences, and in here you can see there was quite a number, 6 samples that were added at once. They were all included in that project. The precursor to Protein 3D application was called Protein. These files are also accepted. These have a .pad extension. Very last thing I want to demonstrate is if you have an existing project, and here the MegAlign Pro projects are .msa extensions. These can be drag and dropped in. Alternatively, if you're a longtime laser gene user, you may have used the MegAlign application, which was the precursor to MegAlign Pro. These file extensions are a little different, .meg, but these files still can be opened in MegAlign Pro. And again, you can just drag them in. So one data type you might find is missing is either AB1 or ABI sequence data types. And these are the Sanger raw read data, and these are actually meant to be opened in a different application and cleaned up. Typically those reads will include unincorporated dyes and unincorporated primers that cause all kinds of garble at the beginning, and typically you want to trim those off. The application we have for that is the SeqMan Ultra application. This will take your reads, align them into a config, which can be brought into MegAlign Pro, and it also gives you the opportunity to edit out sections that are clearly erroneous in there, or unambiguous nucleotides as well. Last thing I want to say about that is that if you really wanted to bring in those raw reads, you can bring them in through the SeqMan Ultra application and convert them into Fasta file, and then they could be brought into MegAlign Pro if that was something you really needed to do. All right, thank you, and I hope you found this video useful.